Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today, we need to dive deep into the shifting landscape of the Dallas Cowboys defense, a side of the ball that has been under intense scrutiny for seasons. With the recent dismissal of Matt Eberflus as defensive coordinator, the team has entered a phase of uncertainty and anticipation, one that fans across the nation are watching closely. This decision was not made lightly, and it signals a clear acknowledgement from the front office that change is necessary. The Cowboys are not merely looking for another coach. They are searching for a transformative leader capable of reshaping the defensive identity, instilling discipline, and energizing a group that has often struggled to maintain consistency and cohesion on the field. The pressure on the next coordinator will be enormous, especially given the high expectations that come with representing a team widely recognized as America's team. Looking at the recent history of defensive leadership in Dallas, the challenges become evident. Over the years, the team has cycled through a variety of coordinators, from high-profile hires who promised innovation to interim solutions that offered temporary stability but never a lasting system. Success has been elusive, and each new hire carries the weight of prior disappointments. The next coach must possess not only a thorough understanding of modern defensive concepts, but also the flexibility to adapt schemes to the strengths of the roster. Past approaches often failed because they forced players into a system that did not match their abilities, highlighting the importance of tailoring strategy to talent rather than enforcing rigid structures. Among fans, speculation is rampant. Some long for the return of established defensive minds with proven track records, hoping to bring back a sense of order and reliability. Others call for bold, inventive approaches that can disrupt opposing quarterbacks and redefine the team's defensive style. The delicate balance between experience and innovation will be key. A seasoned coordinator may bring credibility and tactical knowledge, but if unwilling to adapt, history shows that their tenure could repeat previous failures. Conversely, a younger, inventive coach may inject energy and originality, but they face the challenge of translating fresh ideas into practical execution. At the professional level, managing complex game day situations and building trust with players, one of the most critical components in this process will be schematic creativity. The modern NFL is a fast-evolving battlefield where offenses use intricate formations and quick adjustments to exploit predictable defenses. A successful Dallas coordinator must implement versatile schemes, mixing pressures, rotations, and coverage disguises in ways that keep opponents guessing. Techniques like zone blitzes, shifted fronts, and unconventional pressure packages are no longer optional. They are essential tools in gaining a competitive edge. Equally important is ensuring that players clearly understand these schemes. A defense cannot function effectively if athletes lack confidence in the system. The right coordinator will cultivate both structure and flexibility, preparing players to execute under pressure, while giving them the freedom to improvise when the game demands it. Player development will also be a decisive factor in determining success. Talent alone is insufficient without the guidance to harness it. Dallas possesses a roster filled with capable athletes, but past coordinators have struggled to optimize individual strengths, often resulting in underperformance and frustration. The new defensive leader must study each player, understanding their unique abilities, weaknesses, and tendencies. Proper positioning and role assignment can unlock potential, turning a group of skilled individuals into a cohesive, high-functioning unit. Beyond the X's and O's, leadership involves engaging directly with the team, earning trust, and creating an environment in which every player feels confident and supported. The secondary, in particular, will demand careful evaluation. Cowboys defensive backs have shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been lacking. Addressing this requires strategic oversight, whether by nurturing young talent, reinforcing the unit with experienced players, or reshaping coverage responsibilities to align with the defensive philosophy. A successful coordinator will balance veteran presence with emerging talent, fostering an adaptable group capable of handling the increasingly sophisticated passing attacks they will face week after week. Mastery of the skies, situational awareness, and precise communication will be key to creating a secondary that is reliable, resilient, and capable of producing game-changing plays. Culture, often overlooked but profoundly influential, will play a pivotal role in this transition. A strong coordinator sets clear expectations, enforces accountability, and creates an environment where roles are understood and executed. The Cowboys' defense has previously struggled with confusion, inconsistent effort, and lapses in communication. Changing this narrative requires a leader who can instill discipline, focus, and resilience. Building a culture where players embrace challenges and rise to the occasion. The tone set by the coaching staff often defines how the team reacts in high-pressure situations. And the right leadership can turn a struggling unit into one that performs consistently under duress. Innovation and adaptability are likely to be decisive factors in shaping the defense moving forward. The league's offenses are faster, more unpredictable, and increasingly creative, demanding coordinators who can anticipate trends, adjust strategies in real time, and develop multi-layered approaches that keep opponents off balance. Exotic blitzes, hybrid coverages, and intricate game day adjustments are no longer optional, they are essential for success. A coordinator capable of blending creativity, leadership, and tactical acumen could transform the Cowboys' defense from a historically inconsistent unit into a group that commands respect across the league. Fan scrutiny adds another layer of intensity to the situation. Cowboys supporters are passionate, vocal, and deeply engaged in every aspect of the team. Every decision is analyzed, from candidate evaluations to scheme adjustments and personnel choices. This heightened attention can increase pressure, but it also underscores the high expectations inherent in representing Dallas. The next defensive coordinator must understand this environment, delivering results while maintaining the trust and confidence of both players and fans. Accountability, visible improvement, and a clear strategic direction will be essential to restoring credibility to the defensive side of the ball. As the search continues, the focus on leadership, innovation, and player-centered strategy is unmistakable. The next coordinator must possess a vision capable of aligning with the roster's strengths, while addressing weaknesses, balancing experience with forward-thinking approaches. Fostering culture and ensuring tactical clarity will be fundamental in transforming Dallas' defense into a cohesive, high-performing unit. Every decision will be scrutinized, but with the right hire, the Cowboys have an opportunity to redefine a defense that has struggled to meet expectations for far too long. The potential exists to build a group that pressures quarterbacks, limits big plays, and operates with intelligence, discipline, and confidence on every snap. As we continue examining the transformation needed for Dallas defense, attention turns to the coaching search and the implications it has for the roster. The pressure on the front office is immense, as fans are demanding both results and innovation. After years of inconsistent performances, the Cowboys are searching for someone who can not only design effective schemes, but also inspire confidence in a group of players who have seen too many changes over recent seasons. It is no longer enough to find a coordinator with a recognizable name. The next hire must be someone capable of blending strategic insight with practical execution, turning potential into consistent performance across every level of the defense. Several candidates have emerged, each bringing a unique skill set. Some offer creativity in designing complex pressures and coverage disguises that can disrupt modern offenses. Others bring extensive experience, having led disciplined units that succeeded in high-pressure situations. The critical question is how these attributes align with the Dallas roster, which possesses talent but also faces gaps in depth and experience. To be successful, a coordinator must maximize the strengths of the current personnel while addressing weaknesses. No defensive scheme, regardless of how innovative, can succeed if the players are not positioned to execute effectively, or if the fundamentals are neglected. Creativity has become an essential requirement in today's NFL. Quarterbacks are faster, defenses are faster, and offenses constantly evolve to exploit predictable patterns. A coordinator who relies solely on traditional formations and static alignments will quickly fall behind. Instead, the next Dallas defensive leader must be willing to innovate, mixing multiple fronts, hybrid coverages, and disguised blitz packages that force opposing quarterbacks into mistakes. Players must be able to execute these concepts under pressure, which requires clear communication, disciplined preparation, and thorough teaching. Success will hinge on the ability to implement complex schemes without overwhelming the roster, ensuring both adaptability and cohesion during games. Player development remains a cornerstone of the overall plan. Dallas has several gifted athletes, but their talent has often been underutilized. A top-tier coordinator must evaluate which players are best suited for particular roles, tailoring schemes to highlight their strengths while mitigating vulnerabilities. This could mean reworking linebacker assignments, adjusting the secondary's responsibilities, or redefining front seven responsibilities to create mismatches and exploit weaknesses in opposing offenses. Developing younger players while leveraging veteran experience will be essential, creating a balance that maximizes performance and builds depth throughout the roster. When executed well, player development transforms raw potential into game-changing impact. Leadership extends beyond the X's and O's. A coordinator must set expectations, hold players accountable, and foster a culture where effort, focus, and communication are non-negotiable. In recent years, the Cowboys have suffered from inconsistent messaging, high turnover, and unclear roles, leaving players uncertain and the defense vulnerable. The right hire can reverse this, instilling clarity, purpose, and professionalism while encouraging players to trust the system and one another. Building respect and authority in the locker room is just as vital as schematic expertise. Without it, even the most sophisticated game plans can fail when execution falters under pressure. Veteran presence on the coaching staff will further support the defensive vision. Experienced assistants, former players, or positional coaches with a deep understanding of the game can help translate strategy into execution. They provide mentorship, guide younger players, and ensure adjustments are properly implemented throughout the course of a long NFL season. Chemistry and alignment across the coaching staff are just as important as the coordinators' philosophy, as disjointed messaging or conflicting strategies can hinder performance. A cohesive staff amplifies the effectiveness of schemes, promotes consistency, and enhances player confidence. The secondary will be a critical area of focus. Dallas defensive backs have shown moments of brilliance, but have often lacked consistency. Implementing a new defensive system may require adjustments in technique, coverage responsibilities, and personnel decisions. Balancing veteran leadership with emerging talent will be essential for creating a resilient and adaptable secondary capable of handling the league's most dynamic quarterbacks. A skilled coordinator will recognize the nuances of coverage assignments, leverage matchups effectively, and instill confidence in every player, enabling the unit to perform at a high level regardless of circumstances. Innovation and adaptability will define the success of the next defensive era. The NFL is evolving rapidly, and offenses now present challenges that require quick thinking, strategic flexibility, and the ability to anticipate trends. A Dallas coordinator capable of designing multi-layered pressures, disguising coverage, and executing situational adjustments will create a defense that is proactive rather than reactive. Exotic blitzes, complex rotations, and unique in-game decisions will no longer be optional. They will be critical to preventing opponents from exploiting weaknesses. Turning a previously inconsistent defense into a cohesive, high-functioning unit demands both creativity and precision, balancing ingenuity with execution. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. Whispers began circulating around the Cowboys facilities after a tense post-game scene, in which head coach Brian Schottenheimer reportedly let his frustration spill over behind closed doors. According to sources familiar with the atmosphere in the locker room, the coach delivered a blunt and unsettling message, saying there were locker room cancers on the roster and that he intended to remove both. Whether the comment was made in the heat of the moment or as a calculated warning, it has fueled speculation across the league about a brewing internal crisis. The Cowboys season has been marked by visible tension, with body language on the sideline and muted post-game interviews suggesting that unity may be wearing thin. Insiders claim Schottenheimer has grown increasingly impatient with distractions he believes are undermining accountability and focus. The alleged outburst is now being interpreted as a line drawn in the sand, a signal that reputation and past performance will no longer shield anyone from consequences. Around the league, executives and scouts are already guessing who the coach may have been referring to. Some believe the comments point toward veteran figures whose influence in the locker room has become divisive, while others argue it could involve younger players struggling to adapt to the team's culture. No names have surfaced publicly, but the silence has only intensified the rumor mill. What makes the situation particularly delicate is the Cowboys' long-standing emphasis on stability and star power. Moving on from prominent personalities would represent a significant shift in philosophy, suggesting that Schottenheimer is prepared to prioritize cohesion over talent if forced to choose. Critics warn that such a hardline stance could backfire, alienating players and amplifying tensions, while supporters see it as a necessary step to restore discipline. For now, the organization has offered no official clarification leaving fans and analysts to read between the lines. Whether the coach's words were exaggerated, misinterpreted, or entirely accurate, they have cast a shadow over the locker room and raised a pressing question. Is this merely an emotional outburst, or the opening move in a dramatic reshaping of the Cowboys' identity? That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.